Final game of the season. First of all, your reflections on this game.
I thought it was a really, really good game. I thought both sides sort of came back from the same position, 100 for 5, ended up batting well and getting big scores, so it was a good pitch. And I think it was great to see the young players that we played in the game stepping up again and showing what they can do. So from our perspective, it was nice to see obviously the young lads in the team. From a game perspective, I felt we lost too much time in the game, and that's why the result is probably hard work at the end of the day.
3 standout performances for Sussex. Talk about particularly Chris Jordan and his batting 147 career best, and Michael Burgess getting a contract here at Sussex. Talk particularly about those two and their batting performances.
Well, Burgess has shown all year that he can bat. You know, he's come into the first team when Brian got injured, and he's shown his credentials as just as a batter, let alone the keeping side of it. And obviously in this game, getting his top score and getting his maiden first class 100 is very, very impressive. And he's only a young lad as well. So I think we've signed a very good young cricketer there, and we're thrilled to have him on board with us. As far as CJ is concerned, I think CJ, I think he needs to score more runs for us, really. I mean, that's 100 he scored there, and it's a fantastic 100, and it shows exactly what he can do with the bat. But I'd like him to put a bit more on himself to actually score those scores more often, because I think his numbers aren't as good as it potentially has with the bat. So both players played exceptionally well. Jofra obviously smacked a few there as well. So no. Look, in general, I thought it was a good game against a very good team, and as I say, probably ran out of time to force a result.
Luke Wells, 4 centuries this season. Only Sangakkara has got more county championship runs than he has. Put that in some sort of context.
Well, it's exceptional. You know, he's missed 2 games as well, and he's ended up leading run scorer in this division. So I'm very, very impressive. I think his game's moved. I think he's more aggressive, he's more attacking, but also he plays the long innings as well. So his mixture of sort of aggression, and at times he has to dig in as well. You know, he showed a lot of maturity with the bat, and I think the best years are yet to come from him. You know, he's a young man. He's been in the team for a long time, and he's starting to reach the potential that we always thought he had.
And he's not just a 4-day cricketer, is he? Because he bats like he has here and against Durham. Surely he's someone who can force his way into the one-day side, isn't he?
Definitely. I mean, that was the plan, to try and get him to the 50-over team. Obviously, he had the injury, so we couldn't get him in the 50-over team. But I certainly think he can play white ball cricket. As you say, he strikes the ball as well as anyone. So that's something that we hopefully want to try and develop him into playing white ball cricket, and hopefully next year we'll see him in the white ball team.
It's the end of the season, a chance, I guess, to sit down and appraise, just sort of a 30-second appraisal of your thoughts on the season. Where are Sussex?
I thought a couple of, I just spoke to the boys now, and I felt inconsistency is probably the word that I'd use for the season. You know, at times we were outstanding. We beat the champions in this division, we beat them twice, home and away, comfortably as well, and they've ended up obviously winning the competition. So we've been inconsistent in all 3 formats, really. We started quite slowly as well. We started slowly in all competitions. We then picked it up in the middle, and sort of had a little bit of a blip in the 4-day bit at the back end, but then came back strong in these last 2 games. T20 wise, I felt we were the strong team sort of going in, had we got through to those quarterfinals, which we only just missed out on. So next year, learner for me is that we have to start every competition strong. You know, we have to be on it from the first game. We can't just ease our way into it, because if you do that, you know, you're behind the 8 ball. So for me, inconsistency, and we need to start the season really strong and get into those competitions a lot sooner than we did this year.